Hey, let's talk about spam. First of all, why do people spam? Ultimately, they do so because it works. So the next question is, should you use spam? I'm going to say no, but I just said it worked. So why am I telling you not to use something that I just said works? Let's find out. Welcome to episode 38 of the Cheeky Sales Coach. Should you use spam? Obviously, the word of the day is spam. So, what is spam? Spam, as we commonly call it, is email that is unsolicited, undirected, sent in bulk without an unsubscribe option. Okay, what does all that mean? Well, first of all, it's undirected. In other words, it's super unfocused. And so you send out sometimes 1 million emails at a time. The thing about spam is that it's super cheap in bulk to send the same message to everybody. So what spammers do is they just collect up every email address they can find in the entire universe and they blast them with whatever they're being paid to blast. So it's completely undirected. There's no particular audience except the entire universe. It's also unsolicited, meaning you did not ask for it. We have to be careful. Just because email is unsolicited does not make it spam. For example, I can find your address on LinkedIn or maybe on your website and send you an email and say, hey, my name's Karl and I got this series called Cheeky Sales Coach. I'd like to talk to you about it. That's unsolicited, but it's just one email. It's very well directed and it's not intended to get you to click here, buy right now. The final thing about spam is that there is no unsubscribe option. So it's a blast to a big list that no one expected, nobody signed up for, nobody knew it was coming, and there's no way to get off the list. In fact, if you get what you think is spam and it has an unsubscribe option, do not click that, because really all that does is verify to the spammers that they've got a good address, and now they'll put you on the list of verified addresses that they can sell for a slightly higher fee. So bottom line is, it's all bad. I mentioned that we commonly refer to spam as having to do with email, but today the concept of spamming, of this undirected, undifferentiated, blasting the universe without respect, has crept its way into many other media as well. You'll see, especially if you have a YouTube channel, you'll see spam comments where they're literally paying somebody in another country pennies per day to type things into the comments of every video they can think of. You'll see it in blog comments if you have a blog. People will just randomly out of nowhere post something into your blog that is just an advertisement for their website. We also see this on forums like Reddit and other forums. It is disrespectful and it's literally garbage communication. Everybody hates it, but people click on it. Again, it must work or they would stop doing it. Now, why should you not use spam? Here are 6 or 7 things you need to know about spam. Thing number 1, spam is unfocused. Unfocused simply means that it is very broad and it's not targeted to a specific audience. You know what I love more than everything else? I love funnels. Unfocused email doesn't even have a funnel. It is literally as if you were trying to email every human on earth. And that means you're not targeting your market. You're not targeting your folks. It is pretty much the opposite of what you need to do. So you need focus. Spam is unfocused. Thing number 2, spam is interruption based. Now, interruption based marketing is not the single worst thing that can ever happen in the history of the world, but it's not great. Interruption marketing is literally when you go, for example, to a web page, and as soon as you start to figure out where the article is that you tried to click on, something pops up, and you move it aside, and then something floats up, and you move that aside, and then something comes in from the left. And it's like whack-a-mole. When I go to a site like that, I give it about 3 attempts for me to find the headline and the first paragraph of the article. And if I'm spending all my time getting rid of ads, I go away. That is interruption marketing. Now, I do encourage you to have one pop-up on your website to get people to sign up for your newsletter. But if you could set it so that returning visitors never see that, that's the best thing. But in general, too much of our marketing is interruption. It's one thing when you've got a web page and every, 1 or 2 pages down, there's an ad and it goes through, and then you keep going down some more and there's another ad and it's built into the page so you just browse past it. That's not interruption, that's sort of built into the content. Interruption is, hey, let's right now get your attention right over here. And that kind of marketing is just irritating, and it's not very professional. Thing number 3, spam is transactional, not relationship focused. By transactional, I simply mean the only way that spam is effective is it says, hey, you, click here right now, and you click. Well, okay, you did that. You got them what they wanted. Now they're going to be rewarded and send out more spam, but that was a transaction. There is nothing about that that will encourage a relationship. Obviously, this entire series has been about building relationships, going and finding the right prospects, beginning to have a conversation with them, engaging them in a funnel process that eventually gets them to have a conversation with you about your business and about what you can do for them. That's all about relationship building. There is 0 relationship building in spam. It is 100% transaction. Hey, you, click here. Okay, give me your money. Have a nice day. Thing 4, how you do anything is how you do everything. In other words, spam makes you look like somebody who behaves the way that spammers behave. And again, do you want to try to build a relationship on something where you have started out by saying, I am a disrespectful spammer who will do anything to get my stuff in front of your face? I doubt you want to be seen like that. It may be if all you care about is transactions, then you don't care how you're perceived. But if you do care about how you're perceived, which is very common in small business, then you are going to want to make sure that you have a good first impression, second impression, third impression. That does not begin with spam. Thing number 5, you cannot annoy people into doing business with you. See episode 8 of this series. You can annoy people and you can get them sometimes to give you a little bit of money, but you can't build a relationship on being annoying and annoying people into doing business with you. Fundamentally, the reason that I don't like SEO, and we've covered this before, is that SEO gets you in front of a bunch of people who may not be your audience. There is no funnel, there is no filtering, there is no focus. Spam is like that. It is literally getting you in front of as many people as possible without any sense of who they are or whether they're your prospects. In a perfect world, you will first identify ideal prospects and then turn them into ideal clients. And that relationship has to begin with an appropriate first introduction that you control. And with spam, there's just very little way for you to control that first impression in any way that is positive. So don't try to annoy people into doing business with you. Finally, number 6. Everything about spam is exactly the opposite of what you need to do. And I've basically been telling this story for this entire video. Spam blasts the universe instead of a focus group. It starts with a transaction instead of a relationship. It does every single thing wrong when it comes to building an ongoing relationship that is going to get you long-term clients who know you, like you, respect you, want to do business with you. So at the end of the day, even though spam might work, it's only going to work in the sense of getting the wrong clients to do one thing you like one time. A really great analogy is to buy some Google ads, I'm just saying, without having any idea what you're doing. Put in a bunch of keywords, put in a budget, say I'm going to spend $100, push the go button. You will spend $100 instantly and get absolutely nothing in return. You have to work really hard at Google Ads to get something effective. But in terms of just getting a click, you can buy clicks really fast at any price you want. Even at a penny a piece, you can spend $100 almost instantly on Google Ads because they will blast the universe with ads that are meaningless and unfocused, untargeted, and you will get clicks, but you won't get relationships, you won't get buyers, you won't get the right audience. You have to work really hard to get the right audience, and that takes effort and energy and time, not just getting enough people to click. Getting enough people to click is all that spamming can promise you. It can't promise you actual relationships with actual human beings, actual clients who want to build a relationship that will last. For the Cheeky Sales Coach, this is Karl Palachuk, wishing you the best of luck in everything you do. Call to action. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you won't miss a thing.